rematch.
Yeah,
All right, let's give you
JFK
one.
was a patriot. He loved his
Let's
country.
give you a rematch. Should we
he
play a
was,
little? Let's play Sicilian. We'll play
certainly
some.
a guy
this
who had,
shit. All right,
was a revolutionary guy in the sense that he believed that the American government should function in a different way, and that ended up getting him killed.
It seems like everybody who believes that kind of ends up dying.
Yes, but also those people, you know, aren't always. They're not always. Their motives, you know, are not always. They make a lot of messes along the way.
Yeah.
To getting to where they get to.
Yes. Okay, back to Shane real quick. Amazing story.
Yes.
Defeated.
Amazing.
It's done.
Yes.
Kind of galvanized the comedy community to support
Yes.
SNL.
Yeah.
When I feel like we were kind of fractured with SNL.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a great story. I think people
support
are supporting
SNL
Shane.
just 'cause they
He
put
did
Shane
an
Gillis
amazing
on.
job, and it's
Really?
such a great story. I think.
It's also
that's
so
what it
weird,
is.
like the thing that you see, like.
Yeah.
Like, also one thing that shocked me because I was, you know, he was in the city working out the monologue, and I'd seen him do the monologue and just fucking crush every time I saw him go up. And the Down syndrome part, I thought was the most endearing, hilarious part. Like, it really. I literally was watching him do it at the cellar, and I was going, when he goes up and he does this on SNL, everybody in that building that ever doubted him or fired him is gonna feel like the biggest fucking piece of shit. Right.
Yeah.
And
Not
just
exactly.
the fact, and I thought we were beyond this point in comedy, just the fact that he said Down syndrome.
Yeah.
You could feel the audience fucking
But
clam
I think
up.
that's what was good about it. I actually think that, to me, I watched it, I thought it killed, and I also
thought he did great.
Because here's the deal. I think that should happen to an extent. People should go, what's going on? And then he's so funny, he overcomes any of that. I think it's good. I think tension's good. I don't see the building of tension, the releasing of it. That's what comedy is. So I think it was. I think it's
a little different. Like,
but it's New York City. Here's the deal. You're performing in New York City, the middle of New York City, and people might be a little like.
We perform in New York City every single night.
Yeah, but it's probably a crowd of people that might be a little bit more sensitive.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize that there was still. I thought that we were beyond the point where you can't talk about this, but there are still topics, I guess, maybe in certain.
But I think that's
areas.
good for us. I don't think we need to be in a place where, because I think our superpower, if there is a superpower, is making something funny that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But now, so that to me, that's the most fun time when you can't say anything. The most fun time to do comedy.
For sure.
I do feel like we're entering a time where you can say anything.
Yeah.
But that was a reminder to me, like, oh, maybe there's certain spaces.
For sure.
Because I really thought that part of it, that they initially tightened up, obviously ended up winning them over. But even in but I couldn't believe it. It was
Could it have been? I was very invested in not liking this guy, and now I have to reassess everything. Because this is a guy who comes from, I had him painted as this bigot who's from this certain type of family.
No, because it was the end of the set. The beginning of the set, he's crushing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the moment where he flipped everything, it wasn't Rocky by any stretch, but I could feel like things ascend when he was like, started being like, hey, I can look at everybody not laughing at me right now. He kind of stepped outside of the set, and then he closed. I thought it just crushed.
I think it's just comedy. I think it's comedy. It's just sets are sets are sets, right? And I mean, that's really what it was. A masterful set, I think, especially for a monologue on that show.
Yeah. Okay, this should be a win, right?
The SNL audience, like, they
I think
know
we're in
that
good
it's
shape
being
for a dub
recorded, they know
here.
it's live.
Yeah, there's like a pressure on them.
Yeah.
I want to
They're
host
little
SNL, and where I'm standing there, and then there's red lights on my chest.
How the hell did
and
I just
and I'm
hang
like,
up?
and I say hello, and Putin's there, and everyone nods, and I go, it's great to be here. And then, like, after every joke, it's just a bunch of, like, oligarchs and czars, and they're all smoking cigars, and they're all just kind of looking at each other, and there's no left. Everyone just kind of looks at each other. So that would be mine. That would be amazing for me. And then I just get through it, and they just kind of, you know.
Would you have Putin on?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I absolutely would.
They should have had you over there, dude.
It would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It would have.
What would you have done when he starts doing the history lesson? Would you go ba 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 ba?
I would.
Ba, 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 ba.
I think a little of the history lesson was good, but I would have got into it, been like, what did you think of Prince Oleg? Piece of shit between me and you. What do you think about all of this stuff? Do you think these guys, was there any gay activity? Do you think there was gay activity?
Almost.
Do you think there was any gay activity with Oleg? Let's be honest. I hear Oleg.
We were talking to this historian, apparently Hitler, big gay.
Is that true?
Or just very, maybe not gay, but very welcoming of the gays.
Was that true?
That's what we heard, and apparently had to like change his policy a little bit later because some other people were not as welcoming. Well, what was he saying?
Yeah, that there was like a lot of like gay SS members that he was like that were very openly gay that he was kind of accommodating of and didn't really have any.
I think at the end of the day, he's like, I think Hitler's.
He
thing
can
is
just
we have
go
one job.
here.
Which is?
Fuck.
If everyone's doing that job, we're not going to run around and get real personal with everybody and nitpick. We have one gig.
Yeah.
We've got a tunnel vision.
Yeah. But then sometimes people are like, oh, but they came for the Catholics too. You know?
I know that's.
Yeah, they did come for us. They mostly wanted to come.
Yeah,
for
they
us.
really try to.
They mostly came for us.
To recruit
That's right.
you.
It was
maybe to recruit you to kill more Jews.
It was really a Catholic issue.
It was a genocide.
And that's what I've learned about the Holocaust.
That's the
Someone's
boomers.
bringing it up.
That's what the boomers do.
The boomers
see the Holocaust and be like, it happened to us
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
a genocide of white
If
Christians.
the boomers can be explained in one sentence,
It's making
it's
the
a woman sitting down
This
drinking a
should be a
coffee going, the
dub.
Irish were slaves too.
Tim Dillon, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Oh, man. Thank you
so much,
bro.
Yeah. We take those.